And here it is. This is the, again, Aceoffix, I don't know how you want to pronounce that, frame. And I got the frame, the stem, the forks and the rear triangle, and these come up for different prices. They're all over the place, but let's just have a quick look side by side. I mean, it's a direct copy of this bike, but it is a little bit longer by the look of things. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's just how I'm holding it. Hard to tell. The one thing is that this is welded, so you can see the brazing on the Brompton is really quite beautiful. Got these welds on this copy. Let's just have a look at that cable guide. Again, nicely brazed on, shoddily welded on this Chinese copy. Can't really get to see how this triangle is put together. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. Maybe you can. And then you've got the Aceoffix equivalent, but the bit that's really poor on this copy frame. So here's the hinge on the Brompton. It's super smooth, really easy to use. This is the hinge, and I don't know who's welded this together. I could weld this better than this, and that's saying something. It is pretty awful, and it is, oh Jesus, sorry Jesus, anyone who's, God, it's stiff. I can't even open it in this position. So yeah, that's going to need, hopefully that will, hopefully with use, that will, there we go, that will open up and be gear free. If it doesn't, then I can save some more weight by not using those hinge clamps, because they won't be needed. So yeah, there's another thing which yeah, okay, this frame is cheap, but there's no reason for it to be quite so poor on the hinge, and I don't think the welding is particularly good. So yeah, this is going to be a temporary measure until I can find a original Brompton frame. The other thing that really hacks me off with these frames, and I think is pretty despicable, is they send you some Brompton stickers with this so you can rebadge it as a Brompton. I think that's poor. Yeah, you're copying a Brompton, but you shouldn't be stealing the names off people like that. That is rubbish. Yeah, and then this support bar doesn't look as nicely. I don't know, is that just me? It looks like it's got a sort of bit of a kink in it, which is not ideal compared to the original Brompton. So yeah, it's also surprisingly heavy. So the website says this will be about 2 kilograms. It's 2.1. Yeah, we'll see. We'll bolt it all together, see what we come up with. But yeah, it really is heavy. It'd be quite hilarious if you can buy all of these sort of cheap, lightweight Chinese parts and still come up with a bike that's like 10 kilograms rather than the sort of 8 that it should be, just because the cheap frame's so heavy. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, this is kind of my introduction video for building this and how I am coming about to building. Yeah, stickers they've put on this got big bubbles on it as well. Looks like me doing a Tamiya radio control model when I was about 10. I could never get the decals on properly. But yeah, they're expecting you to rip that off and put those Brompton stickers on, I expect. Perhaps I'll take those Brompton letters and spell something. Can you spell trombone? It's quite similar. Everyone. Anyway, so this is how my project has reached this point, and how we're going to build a Chinese copy of a Brompton until I can find an original Brompton frame and bin this pretty poor replica. Let's go with that.